Welcome. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was released in 2021 and was directed by Kari Skogland. It stars Erin, Kellyman, Sebastian Stan, and Anthony Mackie, and is about Falcon coming to terms with being the next Captain America. So before I even start doing this review, watch it. It's great. I really don't have many complaints about it. I think it's really good. I liked it a little bit better than WandaVision. I think this was better than WandaVision, although, as you guys know, I did also like WandaVision. So, watch it before I start giving this review. I won't be giving any spoilers or anything like that, but watch it. Okay, so now that you've watched it, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I know the little plot overview that I gave in the beginning really doesn't tell the whole story about what this series is about, and I wanted you to experience it on your own. I think there's a lot of issues, a lot of different things that they needed to talk about in this series, involving Bucky, involving Falcon. I mean, there was a lot of different things. We saw some loose ends from the blip and how it impacted certain people in other countries and how our government was treating them, which, if that isn't a political message and isn't current, then I don't know what is. But it's all done pretty well. I really don't have many complaints about this series. I do have one thing that we'll talk about, but I want to talk about its pros because there's a lot of things that are very strong with this. So the first pro, we just have to get out of the way, the acting. I mean, Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Falcon, he is so great. He fits the role so well, and I mean, we really got to see a lot of his range throughout this series with conversations with his sister, his nephews, I mean, how he interacts with other people. I mean, we got to see a lot of range from Anthony Mackie, and even at the very last episode, there's a moment for him that is just, he just does an amazing job with what he does. And that isn't to say that other people didn't do a good job with their roles. Carly Morgenthau, she's the character's name, not the actress. It's Erin Kellyman, the actress. She does really well. I liked her. Sebastian Stan as Bucky, he's fantastic. I don't know who played John Walker, but the actor was very good in that role. I mean, there was acting talent that just showed out in this. In terms of other pros, I mean, you already know that the effects that Marvel comes out with are fantastic. They're fantastic in this. There's no complaints. The fighting scenes, they're done pretty well. There's a lot of quick cuts, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but with the amount of CGI and stuff they have to do, it makes sense how many quick cuts they have. And in terms of my last pro, which is the greatest strength that I have, it's the message that it tries to convey. Very, very important message in our times, and I think they do a pretty good job of portraying it within this series. I don't want to comment too much on it because I do want you to experience it, and I don't want to have myself spoil anything. So for those of you who watched it, you already know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you'll understand. In terms of the one issue that I have with this, the stakes never felt really high. And by that I mean, there was never a moment where I was like, oh, like, what's gonna happen? Like, I'm kind of nervous. Is a certain character gonna... I never felt that. Now, there are moments that they do try to have something like that, and they're not very good. The stakes are kind of high for one character in, like, the third or the fourth episode. I think it's the third, if I remember, but it might be the fourth. The stakes are decently high for him, but other than that, I never really had any fear for our main characters. And, you know, you kind of need that. You need us to grip and be like, oh my god, is something gonna happen to them? I never felt that way. They do try to have moments like that, they just don't work. Other than that, though, I really don't have any complaints. This is a very well-made series. Of course, you can nitpick at a bunch of other little things, which I'm not going to. You know, it follows the Marvel formula mostly. I'm not going to complain about that. If you want something that's fun and you're a Marvel fan, you are going to enjoy this. With that being said, overall, I'll give Falcon and the Winter Soldier a 9.25 out of 10, and I do recommend it. So thank you everyone for watching this review, and be on the lookout for more reviews in the future. I will have a horror movie review coming out on Friday, so be on the lookout for that. But let's flash forward to the next review.